everyone, welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. I love everybody that's supporting me. I love this channel. I love being with you and sharing the messages. Welcome to your daily sun sign love connection readings. And today's featured sun sign is that of Aquarius as I go around the zodiac wheel the second time for our mid-month readings. And for those that are new, welcome to my channel. I hope that this will bring some sort of enjoyment, of course, maybe laughter. Laughter is good. Definitely insight into love connections you may have, and this is love on all different categories in all different ways. And you can be a single person, perfectly acceptable, and still understand the gravity and just the power of love and what it does in our lives, right? And the healing and just the beautiful aspects of love in general. And then we have Spirit, who always likes to join the party as I do read the messages through Spirit, and my own intuition, of course, comes through. And I will be picking the highlighted connection right now. I looked up the previous two highlighted connections for Aquarius, which were both water, interestingly enough. So let's see what we have for today, December 24th, 2020. Oh, okay, Leo. Bam! Not water at all. Fire. Ambition. Oh, that makes so much sense right now. So I'll read, just before I finish and get really into it, I will read three specific major categories for the highlighted connection today of Aquarius and Leo. Now, this is good for all zodiac sign connections with Aquarius, but Spirit likes to pick a specific highlighted one, and for reasons I know sometimes and I don't know. I just am here as a messenger. And maybe you're very clear on why this particular highlighted connection came through, or there's something happening with, once again, a family member or a good friend in this connection, or you know, you may be meeting this and you don't know yet, which is what I love the most. It's a preempted kind of karmic issue coming through here, which is something I really always want you to share with me. So if that's the case and you haven't subscribed, do me the favor of subscribing. I am actually on a campaign right now. I'm starting a campaign to where I can reach my 1,000 subscribers, because then YouTube does all sorts of wonderful things and helps, and you know, monetarily wise. Otherwise, all my readings are free as of now. And I'm just here to share love and once again, encouragement and upliftment. So yes, and then I read Oracle divination messages at the end, and that has to do with all of your connections as well, Aquarius. So let's get started, shall we? Well, Aquarius, it's your time. I mean, you know, every year at this time you have the changing of the planet from the planets and the big major aspects of Saturn, for example, and Jupiter that went into your sign and had this major conjunction for the first time in 400 years or something, to this extent, both being in Aquarius. So this is just the biggest issue and circumstance of your life that you may or may not even recognize or feel at all, but you will, because it's going to be a long-term effect. And when it's in your sign, basically it's the most amazing and, you know, spiritually guided, helpful. Jupiter is just so amazing anyway, and it happens every 12 years in your sign. So you've got that this year. You can move forward with your ideas. You can pick up on all the opportunities, transform your life in ways you've never done before. Saturn is in the mix, which is that very strict, in a way, energy that keeps us on track, and you know, condenses things versus the expansion of Jupiter. So it's a really interesting dichotomy here, and it's very, very different, but it also brings the balance, you know, which is what life is all about, you know, the ups and downs and cycles and changes we go through, and certainly this year. So I was sitting this morning in meditation, and I was just feeling so grateful. I'm grateful to be sitting here with you right now and to be feeling well, and I pray that you're feeling well and that you're with the people you love and you're keeping the faith, you know, because there's a lot of faith to have. There's a lot of transitions that are coming through, like I said, and it'll be a little slow in progress, but we're hearing a lot about them, and it's a beautiful time, Aquarius, to spread your wings. And you know how you are. You're not one to sit back. You're not one to necessarily listen to authority or go with the trend per se. You know, you start trends, right? You're the initiators. You're the rebels, if you will. You want to help in big ways, you know, en masse, like the global humanitarian sign that you are. And you're going to be very, very keyed up and interested in just that. And then you have Uranus as your ruling planet, so you've got the unexpected, unpredictable surprises that'll come through in regard to science and medicines and the things that Uranus stands for. So people say, Uranus, uh-oh. Well, yeah, sometimes there's surprises that come that we don't particularly like, but they all indicate something in the future we don't necessarily see. That will be amazing, okay, and very, very helpful to us in hindsight, right? So keep that belief and see where it goes this year. Write out these beautiful little logs, or you know, whatever it is you need to do to establish where you are at this moment, at this reading, and then by next December, where you've gone and how it's changed, and in ways, you know, I can't even articulate to you, because everyone's a little different, right, in their life and what's going on, and this is a general reading. But I will say that I just feel such growth and excitement and positivity from this energy. And you are a fixed sign, so you are determined. If you have an idea or relationship you're after, there's nothing going to stop you. You have all the energy you need to make that happen. Just being strong and steadfast will be extremely important, which is what a fixed sign is all about. So ironically, your highlighted connection is with Leo, which is a beautiful combination. It's the fire and air, which always complements and works so well together to begin with. I see this combination so many times over the years. And then you have the fixed aspect of Leo, once again, that determined, powerful energy of strength and confidence. They're ruled by the sun. So talk about, you know, I mean, ego and drive and confidence and just power, you know, strength that brings the changes that we're wanting to see, right? We don't stand back with these two signs. These are both, let's make it happen, and we won't stop until we do energy. The passion in Leo is unmistakable, heart-centered passion, you know, pride and dignity, all the things that represent Leo. You know, they are the king of the forest, they are the king of their castles. They are extremely capable and very artistic as well. So there's a lot of talent that comes with the Leo, and just a genuine attraction. And you're polar opposites, so there's that pull to each other at all times, you know, being right across from each other in the zodiac. There's always going to be a connection of some sort, and the differences are beautiful. They're very complementary. And it's a really positive time even for Leos, with the changing of most all of them, certainly by the end of January, when it then becomes Aquarian sun season. From earth to air, that's a very, very complementary and what they call a trine of energy with fire and, of course, with air. So optimism is here, you know, fired up energy. We're still waiting. We still have confusion. All of this happens, you know, the air signs like Aquarius and Gemini and Libra. It's the mind, and it's working through things in a detached way, staying away from the emotional part, right? But just wanting to focus on what we can do, how we can get and arrive to an area through our mind and through thought and real strategy and lengths to really do whatever we can to work through this issue, work through our challenges, you know, and get to the other side. And that is what I see and feel as we approach 2021. And so, yeah, the two of you, I feel, have already, and I get really excited about the messages, you know, so I'm going to stop talking in about 2 seconds here. But overall, my deepest intuitive feelings right now with this connection in particular is that of excitement, of definite passion, of unity and working together. Whereas your both can be very freedom-seeking and very independent, doing well on your own. I feel a very strong desire and need to connect more, to feed off each other, and just to respect and love each other, you know, for exactly what you have to offer each other. So the first card out of 3 is going to be the overall energy for this reading, for this highlighted connection of Aquarius and Leo, and it is basically, you know, what's led you to the reading and what the energies have been thus far for the two of you. And you have, wow, this is so interesting. I mean, I think I've gotten this once before. Okay. This is the Death card, but I don't remember seeing it like this. It's number 13, and the term and the title is Transition. I mean, well, it's everything I mentioned to you, but it's exactly what's happening for you, for your relationship, and the world. With the transition of Earth to the air for the next 20 years and onward, you'll feel it more, you'll understand what had to be in order for us to grow and evolve in this lifetime. And it's one of the best, to me, you know, people say, oh, the sun, and it's amazing. It is an incredible card, the Knight of Cups, you know, your wishes fulfilled, the star. Focusing and believing, which is an Aquarius sign and a card, you know, but the to me, transition and the allowing of it is one of the best signs, because it takes you from the place that you don't need to be anymore and moves you strongly and directly into the new. It is about releasing things that hurt or decayed, or, you know, all the things representing death, you know, the beginning and the end. From spring to winter, we've entered into winter season, so the leaves will fall, right, in order for them to grow yet again. I love that, to just release and just become completely like surrender and barren to what was, and to allow that newness in, and just openly and freely and I want to say excited. I can't even think of the word. With excitement and joy, and looking forward to it, because I know I want to let go of this year. And I know I've learned from things, and I know I will continue to. It will be with me the rest of my life, and I'm sure it will with you. But this transition is necessary, and it's beautiful. So the two of you are experiencing this together. And look at the card. It's so gorgeous. Purple, you know, sheathed in purple. The purple is the third eye. It is our highest knowledge and our higher power that generates and instigates and makes things occur, you know, in co-creation with life and spirit. You've got the water. You're the water bearer sign, Aquarius, you know, cleansing, knowledge, recognition, insight. Beautiful. And I just think it's so appropriate for right now. It's so perfect. So that's what you're feeling. You're feeling like it's time. Whether I like it or not, the change is here, and it's happened, and I'm excited. I'm happy to see this, and you'll work through it together, and just start anew. I like that feeling. I like doing things that are new. A lot of times, you know, I love feeling comfortable. I love the norm. I love that sort of thing. In fact, we have the moon in Taurus today, which is all about conservative kind of normalcy. You know, earth grounded, practical, and all that. With the sun season now, you know, happy birthday Capricorns till the 19th. A lot of earth still. We've had a lot of earth throughout the year. Still there. Still, you know, making sure that even though we have these grandiose ideas popping through, and they're coming through. Oh, yes, they are. Words, actions, speaking, clarifying, justice, fairness, you know, truth prevailing. And but for now, just staying grounded. Being calm, being amongst our family, being amongst those that we love, and recognizing and being present in that time. That's what the moon in Taurus does as well. So I like that, in addition to what's happening and coming through for the new year. The second card is the overall possible blessings or obstacles. And there you have the Page of Swords. Well, we're in Aquarius, you know, the major conjunction, right? Aquarius, air, messages, new messages about who knows what, but very straightforward, you know. It's about ideas coming to you. It's about things that you're waiting on, you know. I think we all understand that to a certain degree right now. Probably more than I wanted to be, you know, and I gotta let it go. I'm being honest with you. I really had to do that because I'm wanting to be in tune with what's happening, but then it gets to be, you know, what do you call overkill. You're like, wait a minute, what, who's wanting to just see it? Who's wanting the attention versus what's really real, right? New information's coming through, and it'll be pretty swift. The Page is the youth, you know, the younger, kind of green, not really 100% mature necessarily, you know, it's in the beginning stages, whatever it is, relationship maybe, information about a child perhaps, or having children, you know, the beginning of the pregnancy, or just having had a child, and congratulations if that's the case. I've heard a lot of couples that were expecting this year. As a massage therapist, I do prenatal massages, and I've worked with them at the times I could, which is not much this year, but so I know that they're here, and I pray they're safe, and there's just some beauty and wonderful, incredible aspects about having children, right? So that enters into it, and then it's just remembering to hold on to that beautiful inner child in you, and to laugh more, and to have fun during the holiday, and to put everything else aside, and as long as you're well and healthy, which is incredible and so important, you can still fully enjoy yourself and those that you are surrounded by. But do expect some messages, because something's coming through. And we had that beautiful, you know, total eclipse, new moon in Sagittarius, which was all about truth and working towards, you know, higher education and learning, and recognizing our abilities and feeling strong about them, and not letting anything get in the way of our dreams. And that's going to affect us for a while. You know, those messages are still unraveling. Sometimes it takes a month from the actual eclipse. So yeah, that's another thing to consider too with this message. But it'll be coming through. And you won't be mincing words. You'll know exactly what it is. Could be you. Could be you wanting to tell somebody else something, Aquarius. So it's just, it has to do with air. That would be Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. So keep that in mind. And last is the message of finances. You know, what's happening? How are you feeling? Are you feeling secure? Are you content with the materialistic parts of our lives that are essential for us living in this body, you know, spirit-wise, or what have you? We need financial stability. We need to feel secure and safe, and that root chakra to be planted firmly in our bodies and feeling, you know, present and balanced. So what do we have to say, and what does Spirit have to say, I should say, for the highlighted connection of Aquarius and Leo today? The moon. Woo! Well, the moon is, I love the moon card. I have a Pisces rising, so I definitely feel things, you know. I'm an air sign, so it's a lot of the head, but I have a lot of things I feel, and I connect to that aren't necessarily seen, but they're messages and things that come to me, you know, through spirit, through signs, right? Which is something I've loved and I've asked for my whole life, and it tends to evolve when you ask for it. And that's what the moon makes me think of first and foremost. Being in touch with your intuition, your guidance. No matter what else is happening, to sit and to allow that time for yourself. It just instantly takes away confusion, you know, and the deep breaths that you can take while allowing this brings in the messages, it brings in truth for yourself, because there's hidden indications with the moon, you know, and the different cycles, and there's darkness to it and lightness, and, you know, sometimes you can see, sometimes it's very full, and opens up and shines a light on particular areas or circumstances or questions you have, and other times not. But you'll always have the answers within. You will always, always have them. And if it doesn't come right away, please just allow that, okay? Allow that as part of the whole process. So money can very well be coming. And you yourself have this beautiful capability, Leo and Aquarius, to create and to think of some beautiful way to establish and to allow money to come to you, to materialize, to manifest, which is what we all can do. And this is what Earth is about for us. And that's what I'm understanding. So yeah, there's still some questions out there, of course. I mean, every moment it seems it's a changing situation, right? So just stay strong, keep that love, powerful, honest, and true, and things will come. You will, the moon and the powerful aspects of Taurus moon, by the way, Taurus is a sign of money. Taurus represents, wealth and growth and patience, right? Taking your time, but knowing it will grow. It will grow. Planting the seeds, watching them grow as we approach spring. Yes, lighter every day now since Monday, the winter solstice. So there's just a lot to look forward to trust in, to allow into our lives. And the moon will give you answers, in your dreams perhaps. It comes in so many different forms. Just be trusting and listen to your soul. Listen to your guides. So I like that. Those are beautiful messages for you too. And yeah, starting fresh, the transition has happened. Utilizing it in the best way possible for you. Listening for the messages and the new information coming through, and deciding how you're going to receive it, and what you feel to be right for you and your relationships or your family or what have you, and knowing that you can create from your highest power, which you have, which we all have, and not to ever forget that, because a lot of times you think, uh-oh, whoa, what is going to happen now because of this, that, and out there? No. That's a small part of what happens and how we manifest in our lives. So just being really, really strong with your capabilities and trusting. And wealth will come from that alone. Okay, so those are hopefully messages you can relate to. I think they're pretty in line with what's happening in life right now. And I'm going to finish with beautiful messages from the Oracle divinations I have. I have incorporated for the mid-month readings the new Oracle deck of the Starseed Oracle right here. And it's one of the most beautiful decks. It is by Rebecca Campbell, and artwork is by Danielle Noel, and the illustrations are just, I love, they make me feel awestruck, because my goal is, of course, to have and make tarot decks, but you collaborate with the right people, right? And this is a beautiful collaboration. And the meaning is so important, and it's just sent with love and inspiration and wisdom, like I always say. There's a great amount of wisdom in spirit that we can attach ourselves to and remind ourselves of, because we all have that in us. It's just that connection, I think, is what really, really brings it to fruition. So let me read for you specifically, Aquarians, in this beautiful once-in-a-lifetime experience that will last so long. What can you do? What will you do? Because I know you like to do. And you're a loving, friendly, caring sign. And your message is, let me put on my glasses, empathic, ooh yes, empathic starseed. Energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. Important Very important. Look at this picture. It looks like a big mirror, or you're looking into the vortex of what's ahead and what you could be a part of if you choose to, which is hopefully for your betterment, right? Because you will know. That moon indication is very, very evident here, and that's very important. But that's gorgeous, and yeah, empathetic, understand. They say, you know, air signs are so cold and, you know, calculated, and that's not the case at all. In fact, I have a sister who's an Aquarius, and I mean, she will cry at the drop of a hat, trust me. She has so much emotion. But when she gets her mind set on things, she doesn't allow that to interfere at that moment, so she can persevere and do her best work and thinking in ways to help and get through and to find the solution type of thing. So I admire that. And so let me read to you what it says specifically though. Oops, wrong book. That's the next card. So empathic over at Earth is pretty close. Empathic starseed. Empathic starseeds are here to shift the world through their physical presence alone. They don't need to do anything beyond being here, thanks to the energetic change their physical presence causes. And I think that's going to be really evident this year for you Aquarians. Due to their highly sensitive nature, empathic starseeds can struggle with being on Earth and in a physical body. Many are prone to addiction and depression, or tend to mistake other people's feelings and moods for their own. Sound familiar to you, Aquarians? Tend to prefer spending time alone or in small groups. Crowds can be overwhelming for them. Interestingly enough, you know, like I said, Aquarians are humanitarians, so they want to help the world, but at the same time, I have known many that like to be and have that alone time. Like they will create the idea and then they will pass it on for others to, you know, they'll delegate the rest of it. They are the ones who imagine and who, you know, invent and so forth. But they like time alone, boy. They like to separate that and things that are difficult from that sensitivity point. If this card appears, consider lightening the load energetically. Don't put yourself under such pressure to go out into the world. Be gentle with yourself. Allow extra time and care to recover energetically. That's super important this year, isn't it? If you're feeling pressured to keep up a certain pace, instead put on the brakes and treat yourself like a precious baby. Do whatever you can to take the pressures of the world off your plate. Switch off to switch back on. In today's world, it's normal to feel that we should be doing more, but perhaps being present in our life is enough. And boy, that's kind of what I was saying. Just be with the moon, guidance and strength and intuition coupled with ours. It's that time now. It is that time. This could be a phase you're going through, or simply how you're being called to live your life. If your work involves giving to others, right now you're being called to keep something for yourself. You don't need to transmute it all. It's okay to look after your own growth. It's okay to look after your own growth and healing before you feel you should offer it to the world. Indeed, it's necessary if you want to continue to do so substantially, sustainably. Definitely need to get other glasses, don't I? So either way, you get the gist of this, and I think it's phenomenal, and I think it's right on the money. I just absolutely love this for you. Thank you, Spirit, for guiding me with this message. The Starseed Soul Inquiry, however, is how can you take better care of yourself energetically? And that pretty much says it all when it comes to this life force that we're living now. It's all about energy, isn't it? We feel it, we understand it more and more now. And by the way, this whole time with astrology and being in the air element times for years and years to come, more people will rely on astrology and the stars that have guided so many people this year in exactly letting us know what could happen. It's uncanny how it said what would happen. And that I, for one, like I've always studied the compatibility of astrology, And now I'm taking courses to only go further and deeper, because it spoke too clearly to me of how we are being guided if we choose to see that. Now, we have free will. I've always felt that way. I like knowing what guidance is there, where I can get it, and yet making my choices and then working together. You know, it's all of that and some. And that's what I'm really feeling, and I think it's all about timing. And so I just want to thank you so much again. If you have not subscribed, please do me a favor of liking and sharing and commenting, and yeah, subscribing, because this is it for me. Not knowing what's happening with my work and so many people, there's always something we can do. This is my passion, this is my purpose, and in order to get it continually coming on and adding more content and continually to share important messages to you, YouTube wants to see me at certain levels, right? So that's where you can truly help, and it is deeply appreciated. So I'm going to finish with your Super Attractor Manifestation card for all the Aquarians and every single one of your beautiful connections, and I know you have a lot. You're one of the most social signs in the zodiac. And so your ability to feel and create the life you want is right at your fingertips at all times, and trust me, this is the year you want to do this, and you want to write down your intentions, and the eclipses will come through the year and they'll be very complementary to yours in Gemini and Sagittarius this time. So there's so much to look forward to. Oh, this is so gorgeous. Your message, your mantra for today and onward is, I heal the habit of fear and I embrace the habit of love. I mean, that basically says everything. Fear is really, it's a really difficult emotion that we can have, and that can really change everything in our lives, right? So being aware of that, having, I would say, control over that, which we can, you know, when it's fear, it's something we don't even really know. We're just thinking that might happen, right? But filling it with love, that will heal everything. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I really do. And I hope if you're celebrating, once again, you know, Christmas Eve, that you're just having a beautiful, wonderful, warm, loving time. And I'll be back tomorrow for Christmas to do the Pisces reading, actually. So I love and appreciate you once again. Take extremely good. Have a beautiful holiday, no matter what you're celebrating. And I hope to see you next year, if not before. Until then, bye for now.